history? Check, check. Hey, what's going on?
Check.
I'm gonna hold on to this feeling. Do you think I should be singing and you should be dancing and twirling?
Absolutely.
Huh?
I'm up for that. I would pay money to see that, Cam.
Everyone needs a cheer. We know that, right? Last October, I'm in Prague. I walk behind the stage. I walk into this room. I'm about to deliver a talk, and I see you. I sit down and we chat. We've never met before. And I'm like, what are you doing here? And you're like, what are you doing here? We were giving a TED Talk in Prague. I interrupted in the middle of the TED Talk. You went on at the end. You absolutely crushed it, you guys. The room was clapping, cheering, and crying. And you guys just owned that stage. And for the last year, you've been owning stages around the world. And now you're about to perform in Montreal, Canada, and North America for the first time. Welcome, Jan and Josef from Amistat. How are you feeling?
I mean, what an entrance! Like, feeling great. You know, it's been hectic getting here. Guitars got lost.
Guitars
Keyboards got lost. Everything got lost, but it's about to be found again, hopefully today. So everything's going to be good.
Isn't it interesting, though? I mean, there's no agenda to this talk, but like how you miss the plane, the guitars get lost, this happens, the stage, like all these different things happen. But when you get on that stage, nothing matters, right? Like nobody truly, and I don't mean this offense because I live it too, nobody cares how you got there. When that light comes on and that mic is turned on, it's go time.
That's it. So nothing's going to matter when we're on that stage tomorrow. So
you're on a stage tomorrow in Montreal performing a sold out show. Like seriously, guys, like it's your first time ever in Canada, North America. How, like, are you kidding me? How does that happen?
To be honest, like I've been, ever since I was born, I somehow had this dream that I belong to the States and Canada. And it sounds silly. And I never even told Jan this, but I feel like this is where I spent some time before in another life. So I always had this vision that one day we'll be here, or I'll be here. And then we started playing music. And I was like, one day we'll take the music to these places. And that it's all happening now is so exciting. And I've been like a kid in a candy store the past few months because I knew it's going to happen. And now that we're here, it's surreal. So,
do you visualize being on in a city or on certain stages in cities? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some people are like, I want to play Radio City Music Hall in New York, or I want to play
certain stages, I would say, but not places. I think I've got that one. It was actually Manfred & Sons, and it's him. A photo from behind, and he's just standing there playing his electric guitar, and it's this huge stage. And that photo, I think I was looking at probably for the past 20 years. So that's my vision, and that's me. That's how I picture my moment in the sun at some stage, and working towards that. But it's been like that for the last few years anyway. So it's crazy. But that's probably that one photo that working towards.
Yeah, like chasing it and feeling that you belong there, right? Yes. I think that's the big thing too of like, wait a minute, when you get on that stage, you're like, we're meant to be here, right? And I think that's one thing as creative people, you're like, we all know this uncertainty, the yeses, the nos, the road is crazy, right? But when you walk on that stage, you're like, oh, I'm meant to be here. You know what I mean? Like, take us back to, I mean, you guys are from, where are you from?
Well, we had this chat yesterday, and we're going to answer we're from Czechia.
You're from Czech?
But we're from many other places as well. But the roots run deep to Czechia, the Czech Republic, yes.
And where else do they run?
We grew up in Italy.
Okay.
Born in Germany and spent 10 years in Australia as well. So it's international.
International men of music mystery.
Yes.
Yes.
That's it.
We're people from the world.
Is that kind of where, you know, the name Amistat comes from? Like, of like this world vision that you guys have in Brotherhood?
I mean, Amistat means friendship in Catalan. So I think, yes.
Kind of. Maybe that's what it means. Just like a lot of different influences and nations that flow into Amistat, which is friendship, which means, am I stat? Am I now? And that's all that matters, right? Like you said, bang, it's on. am I in the moment? Can I block everything out? So that's what the band means, basically. Am I now?
Where were you and how did that name come up? Like, what was the moment where you're like, this is it?
We're sitting in a car in Melbourne, probably 12 years ago, and we're like, we need a band name.
Yeah.
It can't be just Jan and Josef. That's probably not good.
The twins.
Yeah, we had a few, like we had Jindu was one option, and then Two Against the World. And it was like... No.
Sounds a little angry.
Yeah, that's what we thought. It's not very positive.
I'm like,
Let's
it's
not
cool.
go there.
It sounds like Braveheart, like a
Gladiator or something, but it didn't
not too
feel right.
positive.
So we were listening to a lot of The Fray. You remember The Fray?
Sure, of course, yeah.
How to Save a Life, and what was the other one? Just they had a few hits, and one of the songs called "You Found Me" has the opening line is "I found God on the corner of First and Amistat," and that's where we saw the name the first time, and it's some sort of street somewhere in America. So we started.
Told you, it's connected.
Yeah,
it's connected, isn't it?
Somehow it's connected.
And then we did a research what it means, and it means friendship, which is very important to us as brothers, and I think friends is sharing life.
Friends, right?
Pretty good friends.
But I've been to one of your shows where you played 3 songs, and one of the biggest takeaways I felt was that there's something about your music connects people. Like I know, like music connects people. We get that, but your lyrics, the melodies, the soul in your music connects people. And in that room that day, there were 600 strangers, and I'm not being hokey and Oprah on you, but I felt like you connected that room, and everyone felt this friendship. I believe that, like, because afterwards I saw the reaction to how many people came up to you and said how it moved you. Like, how does that, I mean, what's the process for you guys to get the lyrics out, to get the music together, like to get to that feeling? It's a beautiful place.
I think we grew up listening to a lot of Cat Stevens and obviously Beatles, Bee Gees, and Bob Dylan, and I think we sort of that's that kind of music, you know, the heartfelt sort of storytelling, folk music. And I used to grow up listening to lots of soundtracks, you know, Gladiator, Pearl Harbor, all that Hans Zimmer stuff. And I was always moved to tears. And I think maybe I always felt like whatever music does to me, I want to make sure that that's something that it will do to other people when I create something. Subconsciously or consciously, I don't know. But I think that's the root of why we do music and what we do. That kind of music that we do is we want to make sure that it makes people feel something, maybe some kind of emotion, you know. I think a lot of people are scared to feel maybe sadness or
just anything, right?
Crying, you know, especially for men.
Joy even sometimes.
Like, so whatever it is, whatever it brings out, I just want to make sure that people feel again, you know, because I think that makes people alive and it makes them vibrant.
Well, I like what you said. It makes people feel alive. I mean, that's the end of the day. Your live experience brings people alive, right? Yes. I mean, that's what music does. And I think that you know this, I know this. You watch one of your videos on stage and it's like, oh, that's really cool. It's beautiful. Then you go see a concert live and it changes you.
Yes.
It can change people, right?
Yes.
And so where does that come from for you guys as young kids? Like, how did that, you're now on stages around the world, literally. Like, when and how did you start playing music?
Well, Jan always had this connection to music.
So this is Jan and this is Josef.
Yes.
Okay, just for everyone listening or watching.
Yes.
And you're twins?
We're twins.
For sure?
Fraternal?
Been
not identical.
That we're twins, but we don't have much in common. Looks different. Like I go left, Jan goes right on everything apart from the music.
That's where we
that's
come
you
together.
guys even said that at the same time.
Yeah, that's twin moment.
It's going to happen more. You'll see it's going to happen a lot. There. So I never really got into music much. Jan was playing guitar, and then I don't know, started singing along to his stuff that he was playing, and then we discovered.
What age are you at this point?
10.
10, okay.
And then we discovered harmonizing, like harmonies, and we were like, wow, this is magic. Like we sung, and you know, you put a voice on top of another voice, but in a different way, and it becomes one. And we were like hooked. This is magic.
Do you think it's like that moment where that kid hits his first jump shot, or like something in sports, and that happened for you guys?
Oh, yeah. You do your backflip for the first time. You're like,
something happened.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah. And ever since we're hooked. I mean, I never wanted to be a musician. Kind of just fell into it when moved to Australia back in 2010. Fell in love, went to Australia, left Jan behind. Actually, for the first time, we did a year apart. Jan was teaching golf, and I was just bartending.
Great year.
Best year. Best year, must say, best year of my life.
Yeah.
I was just bartending.
Are we still recording?
I hope so. I was just bartending, and then there was a lot of busking in Melbourne, and I bumped into these buskers, and they made so much money. The whole guitar case was full with cash. I'm like, how long have you guys been here? And they said like half an hour. So they made more than I made in a month. I'm like, I'm going to quit my job. I don't know how to play the guitar or the keyboard, but I'm going to learn that, and I'm going to start playing music. And that's what I did. And then I called him and I said, look, I've been doing this for 2 months and I'm earning more than I did in my job.
Wow.
And I'm shit. And you're amazing. You always wanted to do something in music. So he quit the golf thing and came to Australia, and we just started Amistat.
You started busking.
Yes.
Yeah. And you busked for
7 years straight.
Every day.
Every day, 7
Rain,
days a week.
Sunshine, storm.
7 years. Just that.
Yeah.
7 years
Yeah.
of busking every day.
Yeah.
On the streets.
And you just kept perfecting, working the songs. It was all original or a bit of everything?
A mix, but we started writing our own songs. And that's where we started printing our own CDs. You know, back then you were sitting home for hours.
Please take this.
Yeah. And we had to sell something. So we wrote our first, 6-7 songs and burned the CDs and sold them. But usually what you would do, you would play a famous song. You get the people in, and then you play your own songs.
Yeah. Sure.
So that was the strategy.
But let's look, we all know, everyone talks about we don't see what people do when they practice, right? And they come onto the stage and, there they are performing, right? But you literally are practicing your craft every single day. What's happening to you mentally, emotionally, physically to do that? What's the switch that goes on that says we need to do this every day?
There was no other option. We want to make this happen. We want to make this work. We're just going to go. And there was no other option. No other financial, no other plan.
No one
B.
was supporting you financially.
No one.
Okay.
Not even us.
And we're broke as hell. We couldn't even buy petrol to get into the city at certain stages.
But that was a great thing. That was a great thing to be that broke. Was great
because you stand there for 8 hours, you make no money, and you're like, why is this not working? I know. I feel the music. Joseph feels the music. We do what we love. Why don't we attract people? What's happening? So you start to change. You start to work on your music. Maybe we need to change the style. Maybe we need to write better music. Maybe we need to become better musicians, sing better, play better music. So you start just working on yourself.
So obviously, it's very humbling, right?
Very humbling, and frustrating at the same time.
And frustrating. Okay, so
wasn't humbling at the time, but looking back, it was the best teacher and the best way to now be able to just appreciate it and not rinse it for the wrong reasons, which you could, but just a reminder.
You could have a bit of resentment for the process or something, right? And you're grateful for it, right?
So grateful.
Okay, so look, everyone's, all these Instagram videos are like, don't quit, keep believing, right? But what's the moment, or how many moments where you're like, dude, we can't do this anymore, we're done?
So many moments.
Probably twice a week for 8 years. You would be like, we're done.
But now you're performing in Canada, and then you're going to perform in New York, and you're selling out shows in Europe.
It's Cameron, it's that one thing inside that tells you, nah, this is the right thing. We need to just listen to that, whatever you want to call it, Passion.
Listen to the music. It's a good song, you guys.
Listen to.
How does it go?
Listen to the silence.
Listen to the silence. How does it go?
Come away with me. We will make ends meet and listen to the silence.
Which is what? What does that mean to you? Listen to the silence. Listen to the truth. Listen to your heart. What is it?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, block out the noise. Go within and see what's inside, and trust that. That's what we did for 12 years. Just it might not work right now, and it feels hopeless, but this is our path, and we trust
it's a game of inches.
We trust it. We trust it.
Game of inches.
It's a great movie. Any Given Sunday, best speech. We were listening to that speech every day for 8 years.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Such a good speech, and he says the game of inches, and every day you collect inches.
Who's in your community that's supporting you, and who's in your community that's maybe doubting you? Like
back then, or
back then.
we had one very special person, like you could call him our mentor back then, and we, coming from like being raised in Germany, Italy, you sort of, it's not very spiritual in a way, or we just were really young. We were like 18, 19. So he opened up that world for us. He introduced us to Ben Howard, who influenced a lot of our music, still does. And he just was, he's now 45.
What's his name?
Daniel. So he just was on a path, and he was like 15 years older than us. So he just took us on that ride, and he's like, boys, it's okay. So when we were on our knees, he would just be there, and he would just make it all okay. And he would introduce us to motivational speakers to write books, stoicism, all that stuff that we needed, those tools to keep going when those days were tough. And he was just there to just guide us through it all and be like, guys, it's fine. Just believe in you. I believe in you. It's fine. And it's supposed to be bad because you will fail forward. And we failed forward for many years.
Where's Daniel right now?
In Australia.
Yeah.
What time is it there? Should we call him?
Is he going to pick up?
What, Australia's 10 hours. Probably it's like
Let me check.
like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I think we should call Daniel.
It's 2 a.m.
2 a.m. Okay.
Sleeping.
Okay.
If it was 3 a.m., there's this song by
Matchbox 20.
Matchbox 20.
Matchbox 20.
3 a.m.
Great.
Mom must be lonely. He sings Mom must be lonely. If it was 3 a.m., we would call him, you'd pick up.
Yeah.
3
No,
a.m.,
exactly.
he'd always pick up.
Who else has inspired you? Or what are the doubters? Your parents, your family, your friends, people close to you?
I think everyone, even ourselves, doubted us and whether we can pull it off or whether we're insane because we saw something no one else saw. And at some point, it's like very.
I got to stop you there. Is that's the moment where you believe in yourself, where it's like you think everyone else is going to do it for you, but no one's ever going to care as much as you.
Yeah.
That we have to remember that, even though it's like so cliche to say that.
Yes. Agree.
Go on.
The good thing is, we always believed in each other when I was down.
Yeah.
We had each other, which helps.
That's it.
I think if you're on your own,
Yeah.
I think way harder.
Yeah.
So I'm
But
very grateful that we got to,
Yeah.
and as family, I think it aligns even more to struggle together. You know, we shared a room for 3 years, a room like a, it was.
We can go into detail later, but there's some great stories. Great stories.
Stuff that you probably wouldn't do unless it's your family or brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That you're willing to do.
Yes.
The distance you're willing to go.
100%.
It's how bad
But I
you
mean,
want it.
isn't how bad do you want it?
How bad
Whatever
you
it
want it.
takes.
Yeah,
and I think I think you got to let go of your ego.
100%.
Like right? Like
of everything.
You have to.
You have
gotta
to let go
of
absolutely everything. Really? Everything. You just got to be naked in the desert and you just let the storms come.
Naked in the Desert. That's a new song. How does it go?
The new album called Naked in the Desert.
It's kind of actually a genius name. How about your family, your parents?
Your parents always want the best for you, so they're always going to try to make sure that you, well, if you tell them you're struggling, you don't know what the future looks like, they're obviously going to care and going to want you to change something, you know? So it's not their fault, but they always said, guys, we support you and do what you love, but we want to make sure that you're happy. And
so didn't really talk to mom much for a few years because she was
very worried. She wanted us to come back and
so
and
we
she
didn't tell her
stability,
much.
stability,
100%,
of course,
and that's fair enough.
And you, as a mother, I believe you probably don't want to see your children struggle. You want to support them, but sometimes supporting someone is actually making it worse because you need to go through what you need to go through to grow. So if you protect someone from hitting rock bottom, you sometimes actually part of the problem. So we just blocked that out. There was no support. We could have easily called home and said, hey, can you fund us? Or transfer us a couple grand because we are broke. But that was never an option. We knew we need to go through this alone. So we just blocked everything out and just went there.
It was fine. Then 3 years later, they came out for the first time and they saw what we do and understood.
Yeah.
They came to Australia.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they watched
us busk. Yeah, they were
busk.
there every day sitting and watching us busking.
You're going to make me cry. That's insane.
And that's the first time they understood why we do what we do.
Because they're like, why are you there? Why do you play? Why do you don't make money? The success is not there. You're not selling any tickets. And like you don't understand. But then they were there and we're like, unless you're there and you go through the process, wake up, drive to the Berg Street Mall, set up and busk, you don't understand. And then they were there and they understood.
Yeah.
But think about it this, like, hey, mom, dad, do you want to fly to Australia and watch us busk?
Yeah.
Whereas most people would say, hey, I'm performing in this club.
Yeah.
I'm doing a set at this theater, bar, whatever.
There was no club. So
there was nothing.
there was no gigs. There was just busking.
I mean, that is naked on the streets.
Yeah.
That's the next, but it is.
Yeah.
That's bearing everything. And when I see your music, I listen to a lot of your songs, and I get a lot of this now more. You know what I mean? The heart behind your journey, the story, the soul, the brotherhood, the friendship. I mean, you guys are putting your own souls out there in every lyric, right? I mean,
we lived it. That's why it sticks with people. If you don't live through the journey, you can talk the talk, but
it's bullshit.
That's it. And that's why we had to go through it. And that's why it for many years didn't work. For it to now work.
Yeah.
And people believing it because we did it. But unless we went through it, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't be grabbing people with our energy and the music because we had to go through it.
And how grateful you are that, tomorrow night you get to go on stage in a different country.
It's
right?
incredible.
I mean, that 300 and plus people have decided to come to see you, right?
Yeah.
They're coming to see you.
Yeah.
That's like,
it's still.
I always said if one person's coming, I'm like, this is like, if your mom or dad were here right now, or do you want to call them?
Also,
what's the time?
Where are they?
Check in. Oh, it's 6 o'clock in the
Let's
evening.
call them. Let's call
mom.
Yeah.
See if she's gonna.
No, call dad. Because dad's Australian, but is
dad's in Australia?
Yeah. No, he's Australian, so he could
his
speak,
accent.
because
okay.
mom doesn't speak too good English.
See if it's calling. He always has his phone off. I don't understand how.
He's old school, he's 70.
He's got a 10-minute window a day where he turns his. Yeah, it's not okay. It's not calling. I call mom, but she doesn't speak English, so we just say hi quickly.
Just tell her thank you. Well, tell her whatever you want, but the idea is to say, Mom, we're in Canada. Thank you for not believing in us.
Yes,
at the right time.
You see how much that? Thank you for not believing, because that actually pushed me to become.
Do it. I mean, my dad doubted me for years, and then he was the first one to be proud of me. Like, it's a funny.
But maybe doubting is supporting someone. You know what I mean? If you doubt someone, maybe you support them.
Well, I think it pushes you in different ways to try to prove something,
Not picking up.
Okay, if they were here...
They're probably making love right now as we speak.
If I'm your mom or dad, you have a couple sentences, what would you say?
Thank you for letting us go to Australia, and thanks for always caring. And still letting us do what we need to do, and always, in a way, still they were always there for us. And then they came out and visited, and then even more supported, and so, and they always come to almost every gig. They try to be there, and
so now when you're touring Europe
always,
this year,
they travel so much always to
what's that feel like? I mean, come on,
incredible. And mom, it's so nice to see mom there, and she always cries a lot.
Does she?
Yeah, always. And it's very special to share that now.
They're just good people,
Yeah.
I'm just grateful that they gave us what they gave us, which is good values, love, and support. And just, they never said, don't do this or that. They just let us do what we do.
So, I mean, it's such a valuable lesson for so many different people in terms of finding the core people that believe in you, to believe, support, not support, whatever it is, whatever's going to challenge you to keep believing in yourself. Because we all know you can't get on stage without believing in yourself first. And then my whole theory is then the crowd cheers you on, right? And that's my whole philosophy in life. But it has to start here. And you guys clearly have something in you. And I believe that's a belief muscle that every time you went and bust for 7 years, 12 years?
7 years.
7 years, your belief kept growing, despite the fact that some days you don't feel your muscles growing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's say you're at your biggest show this summer in Europe, and you're on stage and you're playing to thousands of people. Like, what the bleep? Like, what's going through your mind? How does that feel?
It's a strange feeling, because you don't quite believe it, because it's been such a long journey. still strange. Every night we message each other and be like, hey, I can't believe this life. Joseph always, wow, what a life. We got to be so grateful. Yeah. Every night he messages that, and it still feels like that. It's like, I don't understand what's going on. And it's not like we're famous or whatever, but we get to live what we visualized for so long, you know? To be on the road and play to beautiful people who understand and love the same music that we do.
Yeah.
That's the dream. That was the dream always, you know? It doesn't have to be huge and massive, and it doesn't have to be. It's that we get to do what we love and get to share it with people and have an effect. I think that's success.
That's success. I mean, everyone talks about like, oh, how did you make it? Like making it isn't, like you said, isn't playing Madison Square Garden or selling out the Bell Center. No. You wake up every day with your best friend and brother playing music and people who love it. Yeah. What more, like you said, if 300 or 50 people show up, it
doesn't matter.
You know, it doesn't matter, right?
100%. Like we set out to do something and we did. And
and we're still doing it.
We're turning into reality. So,
and you're still learning. Is that what you said?
Still learning and still doing it. Yeah.
Tell me about the learning. What does that mean?
Every new step, every new year brings new challenges, and every new step brings new challenges. So every time we have to, redefine and learn and restructure things. And every year is like, oh wow, okay, I didn't know that. So next year we'll do that better. And
which once again though, it goes back to the ego.
Yes.
If you think you know it all. You're effed, right?
Yes.
You're done.
Yes.
I mean, even when I perform at an event, I'm like, oh, I didn't know I could get away with that. Yeah. Or whatever. Some moment happens where you're like, right? Maybe your next set at the next city. Oh, hey, Joseph, we should do this. And, right?
Yeah.
And that's the part of creativity that I think that as artists, you guys, like, even since I saw you a year ago, you've evolved, I'm sure, like tenfold, right?
Yeah, you just
haven't you?
And that's uncomfortable. But you need to go there. You need to go there and be like, all right, I'm definitely out of my depths here. But you got to take that step. If you don't, you won't grow. And if you don't grow, well, that's happiness, right? Growing. That's great.
So why? I mean, that just my reaction is like, it's perfect. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Why do you think a lot of people, like a lot of creative people, you're constantly putting yourself out there, right? Why do people get uncomfortable, even though they're phenomenal singers or artists or dancers or something? What is it?
I think it's putting.
It's what comes with that, right?
Because I think it's if you're creative and you put out your art, you open yourself up to judgment, yeah, and that might be uncomfortable. It for me more maybe than for Joseph, and everyone else is different, but. I think every time you release a new song, you like, okay, this is the new phase in my life. Here it is, a new song, maybe a new style, new sound, and people will let you know what they think. You know, they will.
Yeah, you're getting instant reaction, right?
Yeah. Like whether it's your family, friends, or
in some
fans.
capacity.
Yeah.
Sure,
and that sometimes is good or not good. Yeah, and that does something to you. At least it does something to me, and I think that's the part where you always are confronted with. What do I do and how is it being received? And that's fine. And I think that's the uncomfortable part as an artist. I don't know, maybe I'll get to a point where I don't care, but I don't want to get there because I love what I do.
It's not that you don't care, but you are indifferent to the love or the hate. It's just like, this is a part of me. I put that out. Take it whatever way you want to, but I'm here to create, and you create from the heart and you get it out there, and then you're not attached to it anymore. It's not up to you what it does. It's up to you to create something that's true and honest, and then you get it out there. And I do believe you should not be attached to it going fucking number one or flopping. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't affect the way you feel.
It does though. It does affect. In a way.
To be honest, and I'm honest, it does not affect me to the point where it will stop me from creating more next time. I'll just create the same way.
Okay, so you just launched your new song, Wish We Were Here?
What we were.
That was close.
That was very close.
But I wish
you just launched your new song, What We Were.
Yeah.
We're editing that.
No, leave it in. It's perfect.
Leave it in.
Because I wish you were here.
I like that.
What We Were.
Yeah.
And you drop it, and I saw the video, and you're like, "Hey, we hope you enjoy this." Yeah. And then what happens? Do you 5 hours later see how many likes it has?
Of course.
And what do the comments say?
Where's the comments? What matters more? I mean, you told me the other day that you get a lot of great comments.
Yeah.
I mean, that must be It's everything, isn't it? Someone takes the time to write you, they don't know you, and they're spilling out like, a couple, I'm holding my, hands open, like this long note about how Ready Now did something to them.
Yeah.
That is what matters. And yes, it releases something in you when you see the likes or the comments, and it means a lot to you, and that makes it special because it's just a song that you wrote. I don't even know how you write music; it just happens.
Okay.
So it's nice to have that, but I don't think it should change the way you look at that and the way you wrote.
Okay, maybe not change, but like every once in a while, I'll get a note that like blows my mind, right? And it makes you just want to keep putting yourself out there. It might like be vulnerable, keep going.
Yeah.
But now imagine you got 3 or 4 really bad notes. What would that make you do?
Laugh. It used to bother me.
Yeah.
I mean, what did it do for you when you got negative?
Of course, same.
It bothered you at first.
Yeah, a lot.
And now what does it do?
It still does, but I think you get better at that.
Well, we're human. I mean, it's bullshit to think that like, but it doesn't affect my day anymore.
No.
It used to.
And I think that's something that gets better
You grow
over
into
time.
that, but
because you accept that that's just part of what you do. You will get
you're throwing your paint on a canvas going, hey, what do you think, right? So, but for me, that energy of those notes and those comments, like, hey, keep doing what you're doing, is a big thing they say. Keep doing it. We need more of this. And I know your music. I know your videos. I know your presence. We need more of you guys in the world bringing joy to people. That's why fans respond, right? And you hear that note. That must energize the you-know-what out of you when you get on stage. Like, how does that make you feel on stage?
well, in a way, you don't think of that anymore. You know what I mean?
Because your confidence is there?
No. Like, those comments and stuff, you don't take that on stage. When you go on stage, it's a weird place to describe the stage, right?
I think we both go through different things on stage. So,
like,
what do you feel?
I think you learn so much about you as a person. So when you go on stage, it is the biggest personal check-in of where you are at right now, and if you are able to block everything out and just go out there and be yourself. So it's just a platform where I can really be myself, and I just want to be myself. And if that means on the day you're not confident or you don't feel good or whatever, you need to be professional and go out there and deliver. But I want to do that in the most honest and genuine way. And that's not easy because thoughts creep up. Am I good enough? I'm not confident today.
My guitar is at the airport a day before a show.
That's it, all that shit. So it's the stage is really like, it's like a teacher. It's a teacher that invites you in every day again. Like, hey, Joe, how you doing?
Yeah.
How's your last few weeks been? How's today been? Come in, just sit down, and we'll just have an honest chat, and that's all you do. And I think if you go out there and pour your heart out there and show people who you are, and don't close up, but open up, they will love you for it. The audience will love you for it, but you need to go out there and just open this up. If you can do that, that's the stage. For me, that's the challenge every time again.
You're lighting up as you talk about it.
Yeah, I love that. And it's such a challenge because it's not easy. And you are constantly up here. And when you're on there, you're thinking, you're like, why am I thinking? And you're looking out and you're like, I should stop thinking. It's really like so confronting. It's the most confronting place, but I love it.
What do the two of you do before you go on stage? Like, how do you kind of get connected?
We breathe together, we meditate together, hug, and then just, close our eyes and just take those, whatever, half an hour before the show, everyone does their own thing and meditates and gets calm, and then you reconnect. We have a third guy with us, and then we just sort of hug each other, hold each other's hands, and then just connect one more time and then just go out there. It's
incredible. You guys have how many albums now?
8 or 9, I think. Like one full length, like whatever you call it.
10 tracks.
And then like 8 EPs.
8 albums. Do you know, like, I'm sure Bono's been asked this, Chris Martin, like, what do you know, their favorite, Where the Streets Have No Name or one, like, do you guys have your go-to songs, like the big bands that we know of, like, that have to play those songs, those nights? Like, what are your songs?
I mean, you've got the songs that work for in different times at the set, so you play those. But
do you ever switch, by the way? If the audience is different, do you ever go, hey, let's flip it, or no?
Because you have a team that's like programmed everything, the light and the sound. You can't really do that on the go. You can do it before you walk out and you're like, oh, I think we should change this. But once you're on stage, you just stick to it. But you refine, like when you start the tour, you just play the set that way, and then you're like, oh, this didn't quite work, so you just shuffle it around until it
takes like 6 or 7 shows.
Yeah, before you like this works.
Have the right set list.
This is totally putting you on the spot, but I'm going to ask you, and you're just going to answer without thinking of it. Okay. Favorite song that you guys have ever done?
Listen to the Silence.
That's a hard one. I can't answer that.
You have to.
Favorite. It changes all the time.
Okay.
Right. I can give you my favorite today.
Listen to this. Can you give us a little something on that? No pressure?
Our capo is still in Frankfurt. So.
Yeah. So this is a guitar from a studio near where our podcast is. Your guitars are literally at the airport, which we're going to go get later. And you'll be ready for your show tomorrow. And we're playing in Montreal. Okay, so what song are you able to sing?
Moment in the Sun.
Moment in the Sun. Ladies and gentlemen.
No, all good. This is going to work. Thank you.
Okay, so guys, this is your warm-up, your opening act for your own show for tomorrow night. This is called Moment in the Sun.
A Moment in the Sun, yeah.
By Amistat, Jan and Josef here. This is, I'll admit it, I'm emotional.
I breathe in and I hold it. I hold it till I feel it. I feel it till it hits me and subsides in this moment. A second lasts forever. Forever goes so quickly. I'm free and I've arrived. And for a moment in the sun, I feel the earth below my feet. And for a moment in the sun, and that's forever where I'll be, where I'll be. When you breathe and let your mind grow stronger as the time slows down the ocean that's in motion. A reminder of when love flows to let your heart know that there's peace in your devotion. And for a moment in the sun, I feel the earth below my feet. And for a moment in the sun, and that's forever where I'll be, where I'll be. Where I'll be.
Okay, standing ovation. Thank you. I mean, guys, like, I know why I'm here now. No, I mean, after seeing you guys in, I haven't told you this, but it really moved me because I love watching artists move an audience. Like, I feel like I study it, and I feel like you study it without even knowing it at times, probably, right? What works, what the tempo is, what the melody, how to bring that energy. And I'm fascinated by it because I believe artistry now is more important than ever, like that connection, right? And that song just, for those 3 minutes moved me. And so I can't wait for the audience and Canada and the US for you guys to move them, and all those days busking are worth it. How many days? Thousands?
Yeah.
2,100?
Yeah.
A lot of
A
them.
lot of days.
Color in Life, where did that song come from? I mean, that's one of your most, I mean, there's a lot of songs we could go through, but that's a song that sticks with me. I find that it's going to sound weird, but I can listen to it when I want to be calm or on a hike and feel just as moved.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm high energy, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think it's, I love the energy because it was written about enjoying life with people, you know, and as you travel so much and we're at different places all the time. And I think what we've realized is that what makes a place or country so special is the people that live there or that you get to share life with. And that's what I love, you know. You can have all these things, but if you sit next to a good friend or family and you can chat for 5 hours, you have the best time. It doesn't matter where it is, you know. It can be anywhere. It can be on a toilet. It doesn't matter. You have the best time. So I think that's the main message of that song, which makes it so special for us, is that it's about the people that bring color into your life, you know, color in life. And I think that the energy that you feel in that song is what we wanted to make, what we wanted to be is to just make sure that you know how important it is to have good people in your life.
Yeah.
And then really
The different shades too.
yes,
Of
yes,
the colors.
yes.
No?
Yeah,
Maybe?
100%.
Of
I mean,
course.
that's what part of it took for me is like the color like is all different wherever we are.
Yes.
But they're supposed to fit in a different way. I don't know. That's
Yes.
how it made me feel.
Yes, and it's not always just one. You know, it's so many different shades. You know, and whatever you go through life, it changes, and people change. And I think I think enjoying life with the ones you love,
Yeah.
incredible. It's the most important and most beautiful thing.
So you guys, like when I watch some of your Instagram stories, I love it because I feel like you go do a show, let's say I'm making this up, but in Berlin, and the next day you're in your car and you're driving to, I don't know, Prague, and you're in your car and one of you's on the guitar playing. Is that where you're coming up with ideas? Like, cause your energy is high and your emotions are lit up from having performed, or?
Ideas come up anywhere.
Yeah.
Can be any moment. Because we spend so much time in the car, there's a lot going on in the car. So, you know,
Yeah.
we work, we chat, we call people, we call friends.
Yeah.
We practice, you know,
Yeah.
we cover songs. That's when we started recording these covers, and we just, But it's definitely a place where we also
Creativity for
create.
us.
So you're going to be doing a tour of the States. You're playing in New York, which, you know, this will come out after you're playing in New York, but you're playing in New York City. Like you said, you could play on the corner of Broadway and 25th. It would still be you're in New York, right? But then you're doing a tour of Texas, Dallas, Waco, and Austin, and you're driving. I can't wait to see those videos. You're performing like, imagine the stuff you're going to come up with in Texas.
Yeah.
Are they ready for you?
Are we ready for that? Another one. There you go.
Hello.
I hope they're I mean, anything goes. Like, even like I told Jan, it was impossible to be right now here many years over. I thought like this would be impossible, that we get to come here, play, people come to the show, and we have the financial means to even come here. For many years we pushed it uphill, so being here is impossible, but we did it. So anything goes. Like, if they're not ready for us, I don't care. I'm ready for them.
You're ready for them.
I'm ready for them. So anything goes. Like I said to Jan, 2 weeks, it's just good energy and happiness, because this is impossible. So
it's like being open-minded to what could happen, right? I mean, that's the beauty of creativity. You never know who's in the audience, like who could help change your life. You don't know. You can't think about it either. You can't be like, oh, I wonder if there's anyone from A&R here, if there's anyone. You just go and you give everything you have, and the magic happens, right? Whether it's the notes, the likes, 2 weeks later, someone say, hey, I saw your show and I'd love for you to, like, all that stuff is the extra beauty in life, right? I'm going to leave you a couple of those last little things. You're playing in Montreal, 300 people. What do you want the audience to leave with? I'm going to try to go Oprah here. What do you want these Canadian fans of yours who know your music, who love you, who follow you? 300, like, it's a sold out show in Montreal. What do you want them to leave with?
like, if we can manage to touch them, make them feel, and they walk away and they remember that, and they maybe give that emotion, whatever emotion that was, to someone else, or tell them about how it moved them. I think that then we did our job right. Like if we just managed to pierce through and get to them, and they walk home and they just remember that as a good memory.
Something in their soul that you touched them.
Yeah, or maybe they come for whatever reason, and they look for something, or they're in a situation in their life where they need an answer or whatever, and we are able to maybe give them that's beyond.
Yeah. And what was I just thought of this, but what was your biggest moment? So we both shared a stage in Prague at a TEDx talk. What was your biggest message that day, you would say, that you wanted people to have / people listening today?
Then anything, whatever it is that you feel like you need to do or want to do or have a dream, anything is possible if you never stop and you believe in yourself. I think that was a message, especially
and show up for 2,200 straight days.
Yeah, whatever. And if it takes
whatever
the
that
whole
looks
life,
like.
you know, like as long as you do something that feels like this is what I need to do and I love it, never stop. Keep going.
And we constantly, it doesn't matter how many times we hear this, we constantly need it to be reminded by that. We all do, right?
Yes, 100%.
Constantly.
Yes.
So you look at, your friend Daniel was a huge influence. Clearly you're still friends, very close.
Yes,
Still talk
we're gonna fly to South Africa next year with him.
Amazing. Your mom and dad, biggest fans.
Yes.
Friends,
Yes.
loved ones.
Yes.
Who are you guys in your life? Who are you guys cheering for? Like who's out there in your life that you're cheering for?
I think there's so many people, close friends that you know, everyone has a story and you share stories and everyone's going through stages, difficult and beautiful stages. So I think there are so many people that were there for us and still are. So I want to make sure that I am that person as well, you know, and sometimes a good friend just needs a chat, or you just need to sit down with him and chat for him for a few hours so he knows, hey, you're not alone. Or sometimes there's someone who's really successful and you just want to be like, man, good on you. Like, well done. Let's enjoy that. You know, I'm going to come and celebrate with you that you met.
Yeah.
So I think it's at different times you just give different things. But there's so many, you know.
I think we should try your mom again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my whole theory in life, and whether this gets edited out or not, I don't really know, but is everyone, like back to what you said, Jan, everyone needs a cheer, right? That's my thing. Because you guys come off the stage and you told me that your brother texts you, oh, how lucky are we? Mm-hmm. That's a cheer. Mm-hmm. That's a reminder. That's emotion. That's a heart. That's transferring energy going, hey, like, you know, and it doesn't matter who we are, what success level, where we're at. We all need to feel that, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's what you're saying. Like people are going to leave your concert feeling they got a fucking, excuse my language, oops. They got a massive cheer from you in your life through the emotion that you guys have learned, the place you're at, where you're willing to strip down and get naked in the desert and on stage. What a gift. Thank you for sharing it.
You're welcome. Like, it's a gift. Like, I think even if we wanted to not...
No, you're not supposed to speak anymore. That was it. No, I'm kidding.
Even if we didn't want to do it anymore, I mean, we just have to. Like, it just...
Yeah.
It just keeps us going somehow.
What a gift.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a random note while you call your mom.
Mom said she can't talk right now.
Tell her it's important.
They're still making love. Wow.
Cut that out, Joseph.
Do you have a friend in the music business or anyone that we could call and give them a cheer? Want to cheer it forward today?
Cheer it forward.
Should we call Ash? Or Musk? Should we call Musk?
Yeah, call Musk. Yeah.
We have a friend who's been busking for, oh man, at least 10 years as well.
Yeah. Where are they?
Or longer.
He sits in Hamburg, but he's Australian.
Okay, let's call him.
And he told us the other day that he's...
Yeah, texted me 2 days ago because I said, when are you over our way again? Let's hang out. He's like, oh, I've exploited all my
Joseph,
funds,
yeah?
my
Joseph?
touring
Okay.
funds. So
let's see.
Just say you're cheering for him.
Yeah.
Tell him why you support him.
Come on, pick up.
No, mom can't. Dad, no.
Let's try mom again, but she doesn't speak English.
Doesn't matter. It's the heart.
She said she can't speak right now.
Yeah, she said.
Don't stress her. You know.
Where would she be?
I don't know. She should be home.
Italy?
No, Germany.
Germany.
Let's try mom one more time.
Call each other?
Business meeting.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
This is Cameron.
I'm Cameron. I'm in Canada. I'm with Jan and Josef, and they wanted to send you a cheer. So they're going to give you a cheer right now.
So
Watch this.
This is a podcast about sending someone a cheer, and we wanted to let you know that I know it's been a struggle, but don't give up. We're definitely cheering for you. You got this, and we love you very, very much. You beautiful human being.
You sweet two sweethearts.
And don't worry, I'm looking after them in Canada. Nothing could go wrong here.
I'm just trying not to swear on this podcast.
Please don't.
Please do.
Joseph, where are you? In Hamburg?
I'm in Hamburg.
You busking?
No, I'm helping out at a friend's event. It's like in an art space, and it's a gallery, and somebody's singing, and my friend wanted my busking gear, so I gave up the busking for the evening and pulled a freebie for a friend.
Well, don't give up the busking tomorrow, because we believe in you.
Yes.
Definitely play tomorrow.
Yeah.
My bank account is not looking good.
Joseph, we love
Brother,
you.
we believe in you. We love you.
Boys.
Speak soon.
Are you guys well?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit tired, but Cameron's looking after us.
I got him.
We'll speak soon, yeah?
You guys are doing amazing shit, and I am proud of you, and love all the way back.
Thank you. Thank
Love
you so
you,
much,
brother.
Joseph.
Woo!
Coming in, the cheer, and it's rebounding back to you guys.
Bring in the cheer. Friendship, Amistat.
Love you lots. Ciao, ciao.
Love you, brother.
Guys, fuck, how does that feel?
So good.
Yeah, it's great. We've
Can
got
you?
the best people.
I'm just gonna ask because I think we should. Let's end this, but can we end on with this like as you play out? Can you play out for us?
Yeah.
What do you want to play? Ready now? And I'm gonna do my little thank you as you're playing out. Play whatever song, but tell
Let's
us.
play Better Days because it's a hopeful
Okay,
song.
so I'm with Jan and Josef from Amistat Music. I'll get emotional, but you know, as someone who's put themselves out there like I have too, like I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so honored that I get to be here with you today to see your success from a year ago, and I can't wait to be there live to watch you guys crush it. And 300 Canadians are coming out to cheer you on. So here's Amistat. Thank you, everyone, wherever you are in the world, watching, listening. Feel it all.
Oh, my mother told my father life is only real when shadow. And oh, my father told my mother life is anything but fair. Oh, my mother told my father we cannot not be together. Oh, my father told my mother nothing will be here forever. You are the only life I know. You are the only life I know. We are holding and holding and holding on. We're holding and holding and holding, and then we're hoping and hoping and hoping for better days to come.
Unbelievable. Jan and Josef, so much for the podcast. Cheer, video, love.
Oh, my mother held my brother. What will happen when we part? Oh, my brother held my mother and laid his hand upon her heart. Oh, you are the I know.
Want me to sing with you? Well, here we go.
We are holding and holding and holding on. We're holding and holding and holding. Then we're hoping and hoping and hoping for better days to come. One more time, Cam. Come on.
One more time. Here we go.
We're holding. We are holding and holding and holding. One more time.
When we're holding and holding and holding.
Now we're hoping. Then we're hoping and hoping and hoping for better days to come. And they'll come. Oh, my mother told my father, love is only real when shared.
Amistat music, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, guys.
Woo!
Thank you, guys. That was unbelievable. What an honor. Everyone needs a cheer. Starts right here.